You're watching DIYNate. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tell me about your project in the comments. On this quick episode of DIYNate, I have been having a rattling problem in my 2011 Toyota Sienna, and I could not figure out what it was. Thought it was my door, shook the vehicle, couldn't find the rattling sound. And I had turned my vehicle over to a mechanic who he popped a tire on my car, and he told me he couldn't find the spare tire anywhere. I was a little surprised by that, so when I got it back, I looked over the vehicle, wasn't really paying much attention, but then I figured out the spare tire is actually the problem. And I put it in my car here, spare tire's right here, and it's very loose. So I gotta tighten this thing down and make sure my spare tire is, in position correctly. And he could not figure out where the spare tire was. He didn't check the manual, unfortunately. And so we're gonna do that here. We're looking at the manual on how to tighten and release the spare tire. All right, so if you're struggling to figure out how to tighten or lower your spare tire, underneath your floorboard here is a little hatch. And under that hatch, there is a nut right there. That nut, if it's loose, is gonna have a very loose tire hanging down. And as you can see up under here, our spare tire is right up there, hanging out, very loose. In fact, I'll show you why I've been getting so much rattling sound. I couldn't figure it out. I just purchased this vehicle not too far ago, and that is why. It's been rattling nice and loose under there, driving me crazy. So, it is what it is. So we'll get that fixed and tighten it up. All right, so to access that spare tire compartment, you're gonna pop this thing open. You're gonna look around and see if you got the parts and pieces. In my case, they're all kind of tucked in here. I think I just threw the stuff in there at one point. So I'm gonna try and get all this stuff out. I think I might have zip tied that in position. Got this little crowbar here, more special nut that I need. Well guys, I had to get a little creative and use one of these tire irons here to get in here and adjust this, but I was able to get it and twist this so that essentially this little bolt here is much tighter now. And so underneath the car, you can actually see we don't have that same play that we had before. Still a little bit of play, tighten it as much as I could, but it's in the rattling version. And this tire iron didn't fit exactly the way I wanted it to. I didn't quite make a complete snug connection there, but as you can see, I can get enough on there and turn that bolt to tighten it up, and that's about as tight as it's gonna let me go right there. And so once I did that, now we're tight and we're good to go. Now, if you are checking your owner manual and you want to know what you're actually supposed to do, there is a page that talks about this as far as your spare tire and how to access it. So there's actually this little piece here that's supposed to be in there. I did not have that piece, so I ended up having to basically improvise a little bit and use that tire iron. So most people won't have that problem, but for me, you go up here, you open this little panel, you pull your seats forward, and then you drop that tire, you rotate it downward, and that lets you get essentially that little nut there. It's supposed to help you take that tire down, bring it off, and then you can pull your tire off. So if you're wondering how to do that, here is the instructions, and hopefully this gives you a good start on how to access your tire on your 2011 Toyota Sienna or other models of the same generation and make and style. All right, friends, you've been watching DIYNate. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.